Our class today is Admin Day for brokers, admins, and agents. We're very happy to have so many of you here, and we do want to get started with an amazing product. And I'm sure that PJ is ready to go and anxious to be able to show you so much that he has to share about Rental Beast. How many of you know that rentals are becoming something very important here in South Florida, and monitoring and having information and be able to access and search them is something that's a key element to our business. So PJ, I don't know if you're ready or set to go and you would like to take over the screen, but here you go. It's all yours.
Thanks, Connie. Yeah. Hello, everybody. So pumped to be here. Let me get my screen up. All right, folks, can you see the my screen now?
Looks fantastic.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. So excited to be here. And yes, we are going to be talking about Rental Beast for specifically our Admins Day. So number one, you probably don't get this enough, but I appreciate every single person here on the admin side. I know it's very hard. You're usually going to be working with multiple different people, can be quite busy. So we appreciate you and for everything that you do. And hopefully you can learn a little bit more about Rental Beast and how we can make your life, I think, a little bit easier. So that being said, introducing Rental Beast, we are really the only lead to lease platform out there that can help optimize every single step of the rental transaction. And at the core of our product, we've got a very large database of off MLS rental listings, about 12 million nationwide. And right now in Miami, I think we have about 13,000 active rentals that are not on the MLS. So it's a substantial database, and we'll get into exactly how that helps all of you a little bit later. We are the National Association of Realtors exclusive rental partner. We work with over 800,000 different MLS and association members, and we're very excited to be a Miami Realtor partner. So a little bit about rentals, and I think this is, y'all probably understand this, but just to set the scene. So why rentals important? And it comes down to, it's just a massive part of the real estate ecosystem at this point. Nearly 40% of the US population is renting. And in some, more urban or closer to the city centers, that's going to be closer to about, 55 to 60%. That equates to about 113 US citizens, people renting today. That is a lot of people. And really the reason why rentals over the last couple of years have really started to become, a forefront of the real estate industry. That's coupled with just the affordability headwinds, which I'm sure every single person here knows. Higher interest rates. We still have pretty low housing inventory, and higher rates plus low inventory keep those prices high, which have priced out many would-be buyers out of the market. And people got to live somewhere. So either going to be living with family members, or we've seen this pretty aggressive migration into rentals. So don't just take my word for it. I have a quick little survey I want you all to do, and you can put your answer into the chat. But we had a big survey that went out to tens of thousands of agents at the beginning of last year. And I think we're actually very close to announcing this year's results. But what percent of agents do you think believe rentals are an important source of current income and or future buyers? Oop, gotta go to the next one. So if you got a thought, put it into the chat. I'm going to see what's in the chat right now. So what percent of agents do you believe rentals are an important source of current income and or future buyers? All right, we got a 65%, we've got an 80%, we've got a 30%, 50%. Sorry to say, none of you are correct yet. 86%. 86%. Basically 9 out of 10 agents, your peers, surveyed. This is not, the Rental Beast. We didn't just do Rental Beast agents. These are agents who don't necessarily use Rental Beast. 86% of agents believe rentals are an important source of current income and or future buyers. And that talks about really the macro environment. You've got those unaffordability headwinds. You've got this emergence of rentals, and it's becoming a major piece of really every single real estate professional's toolkit. So how do you actually make money in rentals? It's one of the big questions we get asked pretty regularly. And we think there's really 4 core ways. First one, represent tenants. You're going to be working with tenants, try to help them find a property, a place to live. You can work directly with the tenant to agree on some sort of compensation once they find a place, or more likely you're going to be getting some sort of compensation from the actual listing. And that could even be those off MLS rental listings. There are many, 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 especially in Miami, the greater Miami area, listings that will pay some sort of commission when a real estate professional brings a tenant and they end up signing a lease. The additional part, be on the other side, be a listing agent. You can work with investors, owner-sourced listings, provide access to investors. You can list those rentals on the MLS, list them on Rental Beast. It's one of the best ways to create what we would call reoccurring income. And the reason that happens is because that rental is most likely going to be on the market every year or two. And so you can kind of get a base of commission just off of working with renters or renter owners directly. And the other piece of this, the flip side, typically investors are looking to usually change their portfolio pretty regularly. So you could see options where you might, end up buying properties for them or even selling. It's a really nice way to, we think, build that reoccurring income. Additionally, when you're representing tenants, you can also convert them into buyers. And this is really important right now because of the unaffordability, because of the affordability headwinds. There are people who really want to buy, but necessarily can't. So helping find them a property, helping build that trust with them is important. And then the last thing, and I you can get into property management. It is very hard to do. And I have the utmost respect for every single property manager who does it. That is an option. It definitely is not something you can just kind of like go and do. You have to be learning from somebody who's experienced in this actual space. So those are really the four main ways that we see real estate professionals typically make money with rentals. So why Rental Beast? Well, we basically have everything in a one-stop shop. For our MLS partners and associations, we become the source of truth and largest rental marketplace. And basically the same way that Miami Realtors has been on the for sale side, we're helping do that with them on the rental side. We want to help giving you the tools, the tech, the training to service 50% of the population that is going to be renting before they buy, and really provide you with all of those different rental listings that are off MLS listings, providing more listings for your clients, but also better data for your comps, which we'll get into. So when we look at kind of our tools as a whole, we do have a bunch of education and training on this, so this isn't going to be the only time you get to learn this. We have a very powerful rental search. You can go in there and look for not only those MLS listings, but also those off MLS rental listings. And that will give you access or a preview of access to those owner-sourced rental listing where you're going to get the bedrooms, bathrooms, the address, the rent amount, date available, and really get a better gauge of what's actually on the market. Now, the other piece is we're actually a rental ad edit for Miami Realtors. It's basically the front end of choice where you can add your rental listings through Rental Beast, and those will automatically get sent directly to Matrix, CoreLogic, so that other people can see them. And I think what also makes it really interesting, and this would be for anybody, any of the admins here who work with a property management software, is the property management software integrations. So if we have somebody on here who uses Appfolio or Buildium or Rentec or Yardi, and those are softwares that are built for the property managers, we actually can make your adding and editing of rental listings to get onto the Miami Realtor MLS much quicker because we get a copy of that rental listing before you even realize it gets to us. When you syndicate that rental listing from your property management software, Rental Beast gets a copy, and you're going to be able to claim that listing as your own, update a little bit of the information, but the pictures, the description, all that good information that was added in your property management software will already be added there. So we're trying to make the add edit process much more efficient. You can also get some more leads and exposure with Rental Beast. We've got some premium lead options, all the different tools that you would expect to be able to do with your listings, but also client communications, such as sending out listing reports to clients, putting them on inventory alerts, so they're always alerted anytime a new listing that fits their criteria hits the market. And you can even add client into the system. So kind of that core piece of client functionality that you would expect, you can do with Rental Beast. And then last two, tenant screening. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the tenant screening process. I know it can make you more efficient as an admin when you're working through a lot of different properties and listings. So we're going to get into that shortly. And then last, the rental centric education. We have a robust resources and training and best practices hub called Rental Beast University. And if you have never done a rental before, or you're just starting to get into the business on how do I actually do a rental, I would highly, highly, highly check out Rental Beast University. Everything is free in the university, and it gives you really boot camp style courses for you to learn how to do rentals, how to work with clients, how to add or edit a rental listing, how to send a rental application off, all that stuff that you need to know. We have a really good training on it. I think the best course or the best one of the best value props of it too is it's all self-paced, meaning you do not have to, wait for a certain webinar to happen or go to a classroom. It's all online, available 24/7, 365, and we have many people using it all day, every day. And then probably the last thing, and my hope is that this has come up already. What's in it for me? Why, as an admin, should I care? Well, a few things. The rental ad edit efficiency. There are less field requirements in our ad edit. The whole system is mobile optimized. You can claim your property management software listings, and you get access to premium lead generation. So you should be able to make the ad edit process more efficient and get those listings out to more places. In addition, the application and tenant screening tool. I'm sure you're going to be working with many listings at one time. You have a one link to send to applicants for each listing. Quickly text it off to them, email it off to them, and they'll get access and can fill out the application. And what's great is these tenant reports are generated 24/7, 365. You do not have to wait for nights or weekends. 24/7, 365, we're going to be giving you those reports. And then the last thing, the rental search. You're going to get much better data for your comps. Why is that? Because you have more access to more listings and more listings for your clients if they're looking for properties. So these are some of the ways when it comes to how we work with admins across the country and really what they care about. This is what's in it for me, and I think it really comes down to some of the efficiencies that we have. Now, how do you access? Well, the good thing is you do not have to get another username or password. Everything is done directly through your Miami gateway. You should see it says Rental Beast Gateway, and I have it circled in red on this screen. It's look for the Beast guy, right? The green Beast. You click that, and you're going to be brought directly into Rental Beast. Again, you do not have to go to rentalbeast.com or get a username or password. Everything's done directly through your Miami gateway. All right, let's get into the rental ad edit. And if you do have questions, please type some questions in, and I'll make sure I get to them at the end here. This is a live look into our rental ad edit. It's a screenshot. It's very simple to use. And with the ad edit, you can add a listing, you can claim a listing, you can edit a listing, even clone pre-existing listings or close out listings. All of this data will be transferred directly to Miami Realtors MLS. So meaning it will show up in CoreLogic. You do not have to go in and add it in both Rental Beast and your CoreLogic Matrix system. You add it into one of those, and it will get to the other system. So that's one of the big questions we get. Do I have to add it in both? The answer is no. Add it in one, and that data will be transferred. Now, again, I do want to make a note, and I'm not sure if we have any property managers here, but we have these really, really cool integrations with the PM software space. So again, AppFolio, RealPage, Buildium, Entrata, Yardi, ShowMojo, Rentec. These are property management softwares where a PM will essentially spend pretty much their entire day in these softwares. They're phenomenal. They do have accounting and bookkeeping and tax maintenance, all that sort of good stuff. And one of the big problems that we are helping solve for property managers is, we heard pretty regularly, hey, I'm a property manager. I wasn't able to get my listing onto the MLS because I already have it active in my PM software. And to get it onto the MLS, I essentially have to add and update it in two places. So I just chose not to. And that's a big problem. It's a national problem and something that we are helping really give the PMs more efficiencies. So it's as simple as once it's been syndicated from your PM software, it will become active in the Rental Beast search. You can go in and claim it, and then it becomes an MLS listing. This has really created efficiencies for PMs. I was working with a property manager a few months ago. They were able to claim and add 20 listings in about 30 minutes to their MLS. I challenge you currently to go try and add 20 listings via CoreLogic. It's going to be very hard on the rental side to do it within 30 minutes. So we talk about some serious efficiencies that we are trying to create for all of our PMs. And I'm sure some of you probably know those people and how many rentals that they work with. Now, another piece I want to show you is the listing syndication. So yes, we have options and free and paid versions of Rental Beast. If your listing gets added, or when your listing gets added, it will automatically go on to rentalbeast.com and the Miami and Rental Beast website. So that's not a problem. But we do have some premium listing access, realtor.com, RentPath, Listanza. Actually, a recent one is Zumper. So we do have some other premium websites where your listing can get to if you so choose. And lastly, and we're going to get into this soon, you also have the ability within the Rental Beast ad edit to specify pretty clearly what your tenant screening and application settings are. So it's very easy to basically say, hey, I want to use Apply Now by Rental Beast, or maybe you don't, and that's fine. But you can even choose if you're going to review the reports, or if you are not going to review the reports, who will. So that application gets sent directly to them. So we want to give you ease of use, flexibility. This whole thing is mobile responsive. I was working with somebody a few weeks ago. They do all of their adding and editing of rental listings through Rental Beast on their iPad. Make it really easy to do. All right. So I am going to be moving into the tenant screening tool. So I think people know this, but tenant screening is, it's the application and tenant screening process. And this means when when a renter is interested in applying for a property, they fill out some, basic rental application. And then their information is typically sent off to a credit bureau to then get, really credit score information. Maybe we'll do some eviction checks, criminal background. And we have a tool and that we're very excited. I think we just announced a longer term partnership with Miami Realtors. And you can benefit from this tool directly through not only the Rental Beast ad edit, but also the CoreLogic Matrix ad edit. And I'll show you what that looks like. So how Apply Now works at a high level, it's very simple. You have a rental listing. You probably need to screen tenants with that for that tenant, you're going to need to screen a tenant for that listing. You can enable Apply Now for your listing. You can then send an invitation link directly to the renter to apply. Once that renter fills out the application, which typically takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and again, fully mobile responsive, so a lot of the applications are done via the phone. That application will be sent to TransUnion. TransUnion will spit out reports and it will go directly to you. This entire thing can take from start to finish about a half hour, and you're going to get the data you need to make an informed decision on if that renter is the right one for your listing. So why? Well, it's cut down on time. Again, you can screen tenants within minutes, and the reports are generated day and night. You also minimize your liability. So, and this is something that I do not know if everybody understands, but if you are handling sensitive documents, social security numbers, credit scores, if that's being sent in your email, or if you print out those reports, if your email gets, compromised or hacked, or if your car gets broken into and those reports get stolen, you are technically liable for that person's information. And that is not something you really want to do. I'm a realtor myself. I know how much liability we have. So trying to remove liability from us is obviously important. And our tenant screening tool does that. It's completely Fair Credit Reporting Act compliant system. And we are not going to send you any sort of sensitive information via email. You'd have to log back into the system to then access it, which I think is really important. Additionally, we're the exclusive provider of rental-related services for the National Association of Realtors, which is obviously a pretty big vote of confidence. The last part is the clients are happy. The application is easy to use. They can do it directly from their phone. It only takes a few minutes. It's a soft inquiry, meaning it does not impact the user's credit. if the renter, if you are using a hard pull software, that means every time you run their credit will actively decrease. Not great for trying to, having a credit-based scoring system. So you need to have a soft pull. The renter also receives a full copy of the report, which is just great for them to get better understanding of really what the landlord or property contact is looking at. And they can reuse the same reports on any application for up to 30 days, as long as that listing agent is going to be accepting rental beast applications. Now, from a cost standpoint, it is completely free for Miami Realtors. You do not pay a cent. The tenant pays $36 per application. So again, there is absolutely no cost to you or your brokerage firm on this. This is strictly a tenant, the tenant has to pay. So how do you apply, or how do you start this process? Well, it's pretty simple. You enable Apply Now within either the Rental Beast or Matrix system. You'll now notice, and this has been changing over the last few weeks, but when you're inputting a rental within Matrix, under the rental information, this is the screenshot on the left, the rental information tab, there is now a Rental Beast Apply Now option where you can select yes or no, and I believe it defaults to yes. If you choose yes, your listing will be enabled for Apply Now, and I'll show you what that means in a second. You can also enable Apply Now via Rental Beast if you're going to be using the Rental Beast ad edit. So what happens when you actually enable Apply Now? Well, we're going to make this easy for you. We're going to send you pretty immediately, within about a minute or two, an email. And that email is going to have your listing's specific quick apply link. And that link allows you to send that out to any interested applicant for them to get a little bit of information about your rental, but also apply directly for it. So you can literally invite applicants to apply, copying that link from your email and then texting it or emailing it directly to a renter, and they can start applying for it. It is super simple to get these apply links out in front of the applicants that you want to. If for whatever reason you lose the quick apply link, don't worry. It's accessible under your listing in the Rental Beast portal under the My Listing section. So you can always find this link again. So how are we seeing people use this? Well, I just put an example and I want you to try this. So hopefully you've got your phone and try using the QR code on the screen and see what it pulls up. It will bring up a live listing. So please don't actually put an application on. The user probably not be happy on that. But this is a live listing in Miami that is enabled Apply Now. And I just want to show you how easy it is for users to be able to get the quick apply links in front of the renters. So you should be able to scan this. Then it's going to bring up a web page where somebody can start inputting their first name, last name, email address, contact information, start submitting the application directly from it. Again, it is super simple to use. It's also very easy for tenant agents. So what does that mean? Well, let's say you're an admin or you're a listing agent. So you've inputted your rental listing through Matrix or for directly through the Rental Beast ad edit. If you want other agents to be able to apply directly for that listing, there's a Rental Beast icon that will be available directly on the listing detail page. And so I put a little red box around the Rental Beast icon, and this will allow any cooperating agent, cooperating broker to actually apply and invite their applicant to apply for your property. So again, we want to make this very simple. If you're the listing agent and you're the one you're going to be reviewing the reports, send the renter the quick apply link. If you're a tenant agent or a cooperating broker, cooperating agent, you can apply or invite your tenant directly from the Matrix dashboard. Super simple to get the applicants into the application flow. Now, access easy, that's great, but you want to make sure you get the reports, right? That's all really what we're trying to do here. Once the report once the application has been paid for by the applicant, you're going to be notified saying that you've got an application ready to review. Now, the screenshot on the left, you're going to notice it says view application. What does it not put in the email? It does not put any sort of sensitive information about the applicant. Why? Because we are trying to reduce your liability. Once you view the application, on the right side, you're going to see a button that says view application where you can click it and then get access to those tenant screening reports. So what do you actually get access to? Well, you're going to get a transit credit report. You're going to get really good information on their financial history. You're going to get a criminal background. You're going to be getting any sort of eviction and landlord related court filings. And that person will also be put through the National Sex Offender database. So you're getting some really, really good information on exactly who that person is. Now, once you're viewing the application, sometimes you have to print that down. Maybe it's for your records, or I don't know, some people have different ways that they want to handle this. You can print the report down and handle it that way. Again, once you print it, though, you are taking on a little bit more liability than just keeping it in our system. So to kind of summarize, and why I think this is really helpful for really any sort of admins, is it's fast, it's easy, secure, it's mobile friendly, it's Fair Credit Reporting Act compliant. We're trying to remove liability from you. Every single listing gets a quick apply link, essentially a custom URL for your listings, which you can share directly to prospective renters via email, or even add it to your social profiles. We see that happen pretty regularly. And again, the last thing, it's free for all Miami Realtor members, also free for every pro members, and the applicants pay only $36. We also have some really cool distribution channels that are online. Tenant Screening is also available for all RPR members. So you're going to see a quick apply link on those listings directly through Miami Realtors and Rental Beast. And we've got a pretty cool partnership with CoreLogic that we hopefully will be announcing very soon as well. So again, the application tool, it's being used throughout the industry. That's exactly why we wanted to work with Miami Realtors, and Miami Realtors want to work with us. So we're trying to give you a super easy tool to really make the leasing process more efficient. All right. Now, what I want to talk about is the rental listing search. So this is, again, a big core piece of the value prop. You're going to get access to more listings for rent by owner single family rentals and privately listed condos, the apartment communities and buildings, and all of those listings that are synced directly from the PM software. So Appfolio, Buildium, Yardi. And what that accounts to is somewhere around 12,000 active rental listings available for you to search right now within RentalBees that you previously did not really have access to, or would have to go to multiple different sites to get access to. Now, more listings is great, but if it's not quality, it doesn't really matter. So we have teams, technologies, and processes dedicated to finding and updating rental listings. Here's something that will probably blow your mind. Every single listing that is not an MLS listing or a PM software listing, we have to talk to the property owner or the property contact before that listing goes active. Again, let me say that again. We have to talk to every single listing that's not an MLS or PM software listing before it goes active in our system. Why? Because we are trying to get the best quality listings we possibly can. That allows us to dramatically reduce any sort of scams, and also get super good listing details. So the information of like, are you going to be compensated if you bring a client to the property? We have information on that. Do you have the correct showing information? The pets, the parking, laundry, any sort of concessions, really all that information that is typically pretty hard to find. We've done the legwork, so it's all within the listing details of the page itself. You don't have to go elsewhere to find it. And again, you're going to get the best data that we can get. We're also not going to keep these listings live forever. So every listing is updated within our system every week or two. And if we cannot get in contact with a property owner to confirm that that listing is still active, we will make it rented. So what you get is a super detailed and super up-to-date database of rentals. Searching for rentals, super simple to do. You can put in different criteria, location data, bedrooms, bathrooms, rent, statuses, amenities, parking, laundry, all that sort of good stuff. You can slice and dice the database a variety of different ways. And it's a very nice complement to any sort of listing tool that you're working with. So what's it actually look like in terms of what you get access to? Search rental listings, sending email listing reports, saving frequent rental searches, and getting new rental inventory reports, all part of your RentalBeast free package. For RentalBeast Pro, the main piece that you get is the full listing details for those rental beast listings. So if you do not want pro, then you're still going to get a really good preview of those listings, which includes the address, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, price, etc. But you're not necessarily going to get the full contact information nor compensation information. That'll be for the pro members only. Last but not least is the education and training. We take education very seriously here. We have a host of options. So our full hub is Rental Beast University. This is the go-to place for any sort of rental or rental beast related trainings. We've got a help center that's fully built with all sorts of different help articles that can get you pretty close to any sort of solution that you need. We have a host of trainings and webinars, and we're actually started this rental expert series within the last few months, which is bringing on experts in the rental space to talk about certain things. So actually, we just had one last week where we talked about AI and property management. We had one a few months ago that was around maintenance requests and property management. I believe the next one we're going to be doing is around working with investors and how do you work with investors for them to buy their first property. So it's a very informative rental web expert series that we hope gives a lot of good information to anybody who wants really to get into the rental space and just, better themselves and better their business. So all this is available 24/7, 365 through the Rental Beast University, which is on the bottom left-hand side of your screen when you're in Rental Beast, that big question mark. All right, I'm going to move to Q&A. So I think I got a few.
One of the questions that they had, PJ, is some of them are brokers and admins that are with us. So is there a way for them to contact Rental Beast and you do a short presentation for their agents for their office? And if that's something that's available, how do they contact Rental?
Yes. Great question, Connie. And we love to do these. We do these all the time. So absolutely. Easiest way, contact support@rentalbeast.com. SUPPORT at rentalbeast.com and just say, hey, I'm interested in trying to set up some sort of training for my office or my brokerage. And we can jump on that, pretty quickly and make it happen. So yes, we love to do those. And we can also, make it a little bit more specific. If there's an area of the platform you want us to go through, we can do that as well. So yes, we love to do these and we'd be happy to.
I went ahead and sent it through the chat, which has been very lively. One of the things that I did was when you were doing your presentation, I asked if anybody wanted a copy of it. And what we will be doing is that you don't need to send your email through here. You registered to join us today. So what will be happening is as soon as the class is over, the instructor does get to go take a lunch break. To say that. And then after that, I do have some time today. So what I will be doing is editing the presentation and then making sure to post it onto our YouTube channel. But the minute it provides a link, I'm gonna reply to all and share it. And the reason I was just sharing with you is just that after this, we'll of course, I'll probably need a minute. But that means that before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you should all have an email from us of everything goes well with your link to the presentation. They were very happy with the presentation. They're not asking that many questions, but they had some while you were presenting. So if anybody has questions, he's here. They did
Yeah.
have one that I don't know if they sent to everyone, but you mentioned on the lower right-hand corner of Rental Beast is where they could find the education. I know that maybe you don't have it available on your screen, but if while they send you some questions, maybe I can show them where they could see the university. Give me a second.
Sure.
Let me set myself up to go into Rental Beast. And if anybody else has questions, go ahead and send them in. How many of you liked that statistic? One of the things that struck me the most about what PJ gave was the presentation information, and that 86% believe that rentals are a future source of income.
It's pretty nuts, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do have a question. So Maria, great question. We are partnering with Appfolio. Are we similar to Rentlinks? Not really. So We are not a property management software. We are really, a back end rental MLS provider for the MLS industry. So we partner with the CoreLogics, the Paragons of the world, and help basically bring rental technology to the MLS. So RentLinks, I believe, is a little bit more of a syndication tool versus kind of a back end technology, which we are. So it's a little bit different. But yes, we do partner with AppFolio. And what that means is when a listing is syndicated from AppFolio, and that, just to give a little background, the property managers will use AppFolio as really kind of their main hub. It's a phenomenal software. And one of the value props for using a PM software is the syndication that you get from it. So it can go out to, like Zillow or a realtor or a bunch of different places. And one of those syndication destinations is actually Rental Beast. So it is not, we're not specific to, it's not a rent links, but we get a copy of the listing. Oh, perfect. Yep. This is great, Connie. So yeah, so this would be the main education page. So you'd access Rental Beast. Just look for the green beast. You click that, and you're brought in, and you can click on the education tab, and then yep. So there we go. And these are going to be all of the boot camps. So these are the self-paced, 24/7, 365 available courses to teach you on a variety of different topics. So we've got stuff on from converting renter to buyer, from lead to lease, negotiating commissions. We've got a few different courses in there. Now, if you go back to the other page, Connie, the other thing I want to show is the bottom left question mark. So this is going to be some resources where you're going to get some different options of how to do stuff, do different actions. I will tell you, we are, and potentially this week, tomorrow or Thursday, going to be updating this resources hub. So you're going to get even more robust options in here to make it even easier for all members. So we're going to be,
PJ, do you know if Lisette from our team knows that?
we don't, we're going to be talking, we are internally going to be doing this, and then we're hoping to talk about this actually this week with y'all. So no, not yet,
Okay,
but
so
we
there
are.
you go. Just for coming to class, you got a sneak peek to what's coming later this week.
This was called, I
That's
think,
awesome
breaking news.
added. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. I mean, that's what we wanted. Breaking news. They deserve it for coming on, right?
Yes. 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 So we're going to be updating this to make it even easier. And we've got a host of new resources coming on, really rental related, that are not rental beast related, and we want to make it easy for all of you to see that. So
Marlene is asking how she sends the report to the listing agent. I believe that's for you. I guess she's talking about the report. Are you talking
yeah,
about the tenant screening?
good question, Marlene. So you can do two things. So if you've got the report, you can download it, the print PDF, to then download and then hand it to them. You can also use the change reviewer option. And the change reviewer, you got to put in the listing agent's email address, and then the link to view the actual application will be sent directly to that person. Now, just to be fair warning, once you add them as the change reviewer, meaning that they are the new property contact, you will lose the access to that report. Why? Because it has to do with Fair Credit Reporting Act compliance. So, only one person can really review the report at one time. So if you've got more specifics, Marlene, I can definitely reach out to you if you're interested to make sure we're doing this the right way.
I have a request. There were
Yes.
two slides that, of course, I loved the whole presentation, but there are why rentals are important and that nearly 40% of the US population is renting. And
Yes.
that one with 86, I don't want to steal your thunder. That's a good presentation. But at least that one slide, why rentals are important, is that something that we can make available for our
For
agent
sure.
through Lisette and have it on the Rental Beast page? And one of the things I did want to show you is there is a robust landing page for you Miami members. It's simply miamirealtors.com/, rental beast, where you have information here regarding Rental Beast, and all you have access to and upgrades and additional items, as well as, let me remove this here, the help center, the support, right? And then we also have a rentals page with information. There is a video here that you can watch, etc., and learn more. Okay. I just didn't want you to think that, oh, we were going to show this to you and that's it. So you do have it. It's just miamirealtors.com/rental beast, and I can share that as well. And then this may be, if we do get that one slide, why rentals are important with you, we could go ahead and maybe have that list that posted here. It's not like an advertising platform. Maria Carla's asking what Rental Beast is, and if you can say in a few words just to summarize, PJ, I would love that.
Yeah. So we're not just an advertising platform. We do a lot more than that. It's a lead to lease platform. So we do have some lead generation tools, but we've got lead qualification tools. We've got listing inventory. We've got an application tool. It's really a lead to lease platform for rentals. There are options to advertise your rental listing, and there are some free, websites that your listing would get onto, such as rentalbeast.com and the Rental Beast and Miami co-branded website. But there's also some premium sites that if you do want to, get a little extra exposure for your listing, you can pay for via Rental Beast Pro. So it's not it's a lot more than just an advertising platform. Do you need to be a list? Yeah, I mean, yes. If you have a listing, then or you have to be a Miami member to actually add a rental listing through Rental Beast. Yes. Now, the general public can actually add rental listings, and there's a few big buts. First thing is, number one, they will not their contact information or address of the property will not be listed to the general public. So, they're not going to get those leads. The leads will actually that are generated on non-MLS rental listings will actually be sent back to any of our Rental Beast Pro subscribers, which is the premium version. So we are purposefully inserting a Miami member into the rental transaction. And I think that's probably one of the questions. Oh, Maria had that before. Yes. So we are purposely inserting a realtor into any sort of transaction that is trying to be done essentially off MLS.
If there aren't any additional questions, I wanted to take a minute and thank PJ for being on today. He came on and covered for one of his colleagues last minute to make sure that we had our presentation to us. So big shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Like I said, there's a website, there's a page. He's going to be sharing some slides. And as promised, this afternoon before end of day, we will get this video recording to all of those that registered for the class. Okay. Maria Carla, the presentation will be available this afternoon, so you could review additionally. And okay to advertise listings are always monitored through the Matrix MLS. And we have an okay to advertise class that's 2.5 hours long that will give you more details. Yes, we're going to post it onto YouTube, Karen, and I will be sharing the link to the videos, but I still have more. So the class was until noon at least, so I've got 15 minutes. And PJ, you don't have to go if you don't want to, but there are a couple. Oh, they do have another question, PJ. So if you haven't left, if you want to talk to them about how much the pro is.
Yes, I actually came unprepared on that because I got this last minute. So I cannot tell you
Oh,
how much is pro. So I'm gonna have to.
have
I will. I'm gonna shoot you an email with the pro information.
you know what we'll do? I'll go ahead and send you the participant list.
Perfect.
Everybody who registered, and then PJ will be able to give you additional details. How's that?
That sounds perfect. And apologies on that. I did not expect to be doing this today, so sorry about that.
Oh, no, 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 no. We're glad you're here. At
I like
all.
it. All
Alrighty.
right. Thank you, Connie. I'm gonna be heading out. Thank you, everybody, and I'll follow up with some of the information.
Sounds fantastic. We'll be in touch shortly. And thanks so much for presenting.
Thanks.
I
Bye.
have, thank you. Since I have everyone's attention, there were some other awesome items that we wanted to be able to share with you. I'm hoping that our group is a mix. So if you could go ahead and through the chat, tell me if you're an agent, if you're a broker, or if you're an admin. Are you an agent, broker, or admin? Oh, you see, so we have a great, so some of the things I may be there you go. We have a whole, there you go, a whole group. Um, so what I wanted, one of the things we wanted to talk to you guys about is remind you that we do have an antitrust page where there's information for you. Recommend that you visit here, stay posted of legal updates and information on compensation, and then up and coming classes and webinars regarding including the ABR, which is being presented. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. I just did. I'll go ahead and do it again because mistakenly I just sent it to one agent. And here you go. Here's the link for the antitrust page with info. It's one of the things that we promised that we would be providing, and also the ABR information. We also talked a little bit about tenant screening and all the wonders of Rental Beast, but we wanted to tell you a little bit about the new virtual AI. How many of you have taken your the AI for Realtors class that your tech trainers provide? AI for Realtors class that the tech trainers provide. Well, we have a 2-hour class, and I believe it's been recorded and posted onto YouTube, which is AI for Realtors, where we go over on your Gateway dashboard. We talk about chocolate chip AI. We talk a little bit about Nyla June. We talk, of course, about our products here, but we just currently had the virtual staging AI added. And since it was a mix, this is something to consider, and we're adding it into our class. We also just found out that AI is part of WhatsApp. How many of you are WhatsApp users? Just put yes in the chat. Any WhatsApp users? Yes. Nice. So we will be adding that as well into our next and up and coming classes, and we will have a series of those in April. We also wanted you to remind you that one of the concerns when using AI is statistics and data. And we wanted to let you know that there is AI and information that you can use in RPR, right? That gives you AI information. So what a great tool. And just this morning, just perusing, because we connect, we found out that there is an AI, it's called Meta AI, that you can use. And we asked, some great questions like what realtors need to improve their business in Miami. And it gave 10 steps on how to streamline your business and focus on your area. Great question, etc. And then I even asked if it did some in Spanish, and it let me know it was still learning Spanish, but it did translate. And it's because some of you may be interested in using AI for translation. Then I said, we were looking to create a workshop, and it helped me build up a class that we're looking to do in the summer, more workshop related, a little more hands-on. So maybe some of you would be interested. We're thinking of doing it at the end of July before August. There's Perplexity, there you go, just different ideas, but we like to show you that you have resources readily available here that already have prompts that are driven for realtors, correct? And that are available on your Miami dashboard, because some of you want to make sure that you have the info. And we also have a page, miamirealtors.com/AI. And this page actually has resources from predictive analytics, etc., what the association has to say, Miami Realtors, but not only the association, what does NAR have to say regarding it? So you guys will make sure to stay tuned to what's happening, what's occurring, the latest and greatest, and how artificial intelligence is being used, and what you can and cannot do, and how you should be using it. So this does come up, is available, and we try to stay right ahead and posted and giving you as many classes as possible. But the virtual staging AI, I just, I needed you to see this is what you do, and you can start creating. And these are different samples that you could create. High resolution, you can unlock it. And then these are as seen on, you could see, here's a before and after, right? A couple of them for you to see. And then lowest prices and what they are. And access is directly. Many of you come into here because you need to access Matrix, right? And guess what's right here? Virtual staging AI. Okay. I wanted to mention you other products like Dealy. You do have a way to draft LOIs if you're interested. Here is a product, and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the link into here. I also wanted to remind you of MLS Offers and that there are options to use. There is tools and video recordings here, right? So you can see the playlist, get support. Some of you may be using MLS Offers already. Some of you may be interested. And here are the ins and outs of using MLS Offers, right? We are coming up with a class regarding IDX and what's available to members. You should see it at the beginning of the summer. So if interested, make sure to watch out for it on the calendar. You know, our calendar is new and interactive and easy to search on. So go ahead and sign up when you do see it. A quick reminder for my broker admins, we do have a broker admin area, right? So you have a condo registry here, the MLS briefings that occur and are popped up, and information available. You do have your outreach, right, team up here and partnerships. So in case you wanted to uh, set up appointments, etc., you could do so, right? And more. And some of you that are here, some I know, so it's so nice to see you present and with us. We do want to talk to you a little bit about our tech training and just items that you can look into. So I wanted to show you here that you can just come and click on miamirealtors.com/trainers. I'll share that with you guys as well, right? miamirealtors.com/trainers. We have a tech weekly, and these are your 3 Miami trainers. I am Connie Nieto. Here's Christine Dennis and Tyson. We do have over 35 years of experience in the industry altogether. But what I really want to highlight, because some of you may know us, is your in-depth tech series. So we have series of classes that are available from commercial, transaction tools, market statistics, mobile series, getting leads, customer engagement, open house, premium tax services, AI, Agent 3000, and social media series, which by the way has been a hit. I had over 40 members yesterday in a classroom, all of us with our phones, interacting, Instagram on the first part, only Reels in the second portion, getting ready for a second session next Monday. And in between, here before the end of the month, we'll have it via Zoom in English. Our rental series, which includes info on Rental Beast, as well as much as other information. The Remind Pro series, you cannot be without prospecting and farming and using Remind, right? And we wanted to let you know, of course, all of the free for Miami and of course the MLS series. We just did a huge change to our MLS series, trying to fine tune it and make it so it's just 6 classes and not 7, which we had evolved to. And in the 6 classes, what we've done is made just a few of them just a little longer, right? But since I'm talking MLS, how many of you think that knowing a little bit or knowing a lot or getting in tune with the MLS is vital because it's your primary tool? Anybody think that that's important? So I'm going to come into here and I'm going to click on Matrix, and I want to show you a couple of things. And first thing I want to show you is, of course, Intermatrix. Now it has Georgia, Mexico, California, and Colorado. So you can sneak and peek into those areas, right? But what about this here? Do you see? Let me make it a little bigger. Do you see? You can now click onto here and resize the font on your MLS. Yes, I'm so happy you started this series. It was great. That's fabulous to hear. I'm going to click here on the hello and take classic mode and switch it over and show you the new dashboard. So you would get your good morning with all of those that have visited your dashboard. You would get your market watch info that you set up. And look at the size of this. I'm going to switch it back because, and let me just make mine regular size screen. And you tell me, this or this? me just toggle that over. And isn't this just a little bigger, sleeker, easier to read? Right? You can edit it. And there's more. Now, I'm going to switch over because I want to show you something, right? And maybe you knew, but I didn't. Search RE1, RE2. And I'm going to look for $1 million properties, right? And I want to send my customer. And I want to make it single family ones. And I'm going to come to my results. And let's say I'm interested in sending this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I want to send a link to my customer that's going to take them to my one home. Share link. Just the 4 listings. Generate link. Copy it. And how many of you now know that you can send this through WhatsApp? Through text. Any takers? So what I'm going to do is show you here. This is what they would be opening. Of course, I can't view it. But they would open the link. Some of you are looking for a way to send them. Now you have a link to send to them. Of course, I can repeat. I want to send these to them. You like it, Eileen? You've used it before. I want to go ahead, share link. I want the 4 listings to go. I want to generate link. I want to copy the URL. So some of you, you said you used WhatsApp. So I'm going to take a minute here. And I'm going to open WhatsApp. Oh, of course. Give me a second. Let me go to my WhatsApp. Let me link it. Give me a second. It's just wanting to link. I know you can't see it yet, but I'll show you in a minute. So let's see. Let's start a chat. And let's send it to me. Oh, wrong one. Start a chat. Me. Here we go. No, never the agent information. This is customer facing because it's Portal One Home. Always customer facing. So now you're able to send a couple with a link and send it out. How nice is that? Now, if you wanted to text it, you could send it to yourself like this, or you could send yourself the link if they insist that they want a text message and you can do it. How about that? How many of you like that? Nice, right? So there was a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about as well. And then I also want to bring you back in and I want to remind you about the MLS, right? And a couple of questions that we've been getting lately is this comp only sale. How many of you may be interested, have done, or are interested in anything that has to do with pre-construction or new construction? And then you're wonder, you know, how can I get this on my agent productivity report? Or how can I get it to reflect on my realtor.com profile? Or how can I get it to show? So you can. If you sell pre-construction or new construction, right? You could do a comp only sale. And you have the need to have the settlement statement and your comp only sale report filled out. So I'll share these with you. Okay. I'll share these with you. And what you do is you only have 30 days, up to 30 days after, right, the settlement and closing date, right? Production credit goes to the selling agent. Comp only sales are verified and entered the MLS by the staff. That's why you need to fill this out, right? Submit closing statement and the form. You can download the form here, right? Here's the form. You fill it out, include your settlement statement, email it here, selling agent, agent signature, broker manager, broker signature. I authorize this, and you put in the information. Helps the rest of us with comps, helps you to make sure it so it shows on your productivity, does not show under MLS information. How many of you like this? Something to consider. Now I'm going to come back over and I want to remind you, right, that the rules were changed on November 9th. We have revised fines page that happened April last year. But more than just that, a couple of things I want to show you here is there is a request for affirmation of presentation of offer, right? And I don't want you to leave without knowing that we have a Miami MLS Help Desk available to you. And here, if you have questions, you can either email MLS@miamire, or you can call 305-468-7067, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6, and Saturday from 10 to 2. So I'll share this as well with all of you. Now I'm going to come back over. I also want to talk to you about the Help Center. How many of you have questions? Sometimes it's 8 o'clock at night and you're wondering how to do something. Well, you do have this wonderful Help Center here. Matrix, Form Simplicity, MLS Rules, One Home, Commercial, Tax Roll, etc. So let's click through. And here you have your Matrix resources, some items that are here, Opportunity Zone, Rental. So the reason I show you this is that sometimes you need a resource center. And here you go. Now, broker managers out there, how many of you know that additional to this, you have a resource here called Miami Realtors Live? And how many of you are wondering about Section 8? So I'm going to click in and log in. And maybe you do have an investor that wants to work Section 8 and you're not sure how to do it, or you want additional information. Look at this. And how many of you know how to search Section 8 in the MLS? So there's a couple of videos here. This is your reservoir for info, not only Miami trainer details, but additional Miami Realtors Live information, Miami Realtors Live video training. And then some of you were asking me for the YouTube channel, where I'm going to be posting the video a little later. And you also have that resource as well. And you can go ahead and subscribe.
If you were interested,
You can go ahead and subscribe and always stay posted to what's new. But this is where I will be adding in the recording for the class today. This is your YouTube channel, youtube.com/miamitrainers. You can go ahead and subscribe. We have over 11,000 subscribers, right? You can come in and see information. You can see new videos and items that have been added, and you can see popular playlists that are included. So new member login, creating a Zoom account, those are some popular ones. And then our new videos for you and what we're concentrating on currently, which is open house and setting up. You can also come in and search here. So let's see, you were looking for a remind video. And then it'll tell you the remind information and what's available. And here's where I'll be posting the video that I'll be sending out to you guys. Any questions for me? One more tip before I let you go. There are a couple of designations and certifications coming up, and we want you to take advantage. You still have the CDPE here. You can take it in person, right? And you can also take it here. Your Miami member special price would be $199 for the first year and $99 after earning it. And here's your enrollment form if you're interested. This is the CDPE. Okay. And then, of course, if you're ever interested in certifications and designations, you can come in, click on education. And here are your NAR designations and certifications. So we have a couple coming up. The ABR classes, April 23rd, the 25th. You have the Certified Real Estate Brokerage Manager, CIPS sessions, right? We had ePro just this past month, 4 sessions available. And then you can start seeing what becomes available. We do have announced that we will be having PSA coming soon. So there's no up and coming events, but I do know that this is something that they are working on. Okay. Any questions for me? I'm not sure that we have a brochure app available, but you do have co-brandable material that you can download. And you do have through Agent 3000 flyers that you could create. So you have co-branded material up here. You could type up co-branded. Irina, that's a really good question. So what we could do is if it comes from you, you could request that at registration at miamire.com. And if there's not a certification, you could request a class on probate. I've seen some of those before. Well, you know what? I'll go ahead and ask Rosa if there was a paid application or whatnot that we had. And if so, when I write back and send everybody the link, we'll add it in. And if not, I'll let you know that we don't currently have one, but what people are saying. I think we covered everything on the list. I didn't want to keep you since we do. Oh, thank you so much for saying this co-branded material that's here. Please sift through it and watch it. We do have something that you may be able to use, but it's not brochures. We do have Photofy as well, which is to post on social media and for your presentations and with Zoom backdrops. So there's a lot available, but you're looking for brochures specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and ask. I want to thank you all for being Miami members, for taking time out from your busy schedules to be here, for watching along for Rental Beast presentation, for taking a minute and reviewing with us the antitrust, staging services, the prospecting and information that we had available to you of all our technology training. And thanks so much again. Hope to see you soon. As soon as we get finish this up and get ready to go, I will get it recorded and done and uploaded and send you all the link. And we will invite you to our next one, which will probably be in the middle of summer, at the beginning of summer. Thanks again. Have a great one.